Listening friends and viewers of the world, thank you for joining us right here in Radio Eugene Gottfried International and television. As we have been requested by so many of you to talk further on the Cuban Son Rhythm Complex, we would like to take this opportunity to talk about Arsenio Rodriguez, one of Cuba's major musicians of African descent, born in August, 30th August of the year 1911 in Guira de Macuriges in the Unión de Reyes area in Matanzas, Cuba, in the western part of Cuba, and who has made a major contribution in the shaping of the Cuban son. Some of you might say salsa, but that's a development that came in the United States in the 60s after the triumph of the Cuban Revolution of 1st of January 1959. There was a political situation that determined this cultural embargo or blockade on Cuba that made it possible for few people who wanted to do some business and also to rescue the Cuban musical values to call it salsa. And salsa just means gravy or sauce. And in musical terminology, we know nothing such as salsa. We know the Cuban son, S-O-N. And Arsenio Rodriguez, born as Ignacio de Loyola Rodriguez Skull, was a major contributor to the shaping of the Cuban national identity as far as popular music is concerned by defending the African heritage and elements inside this rhythm complex, which is a fusion of European melodic styles and inherited African rhythms. And many of you have heard of the Buena Vista Social Club. You've been seeing also the movie that was so popular in the world. But Buena Vista Social Club was a social club of people of African descent and of color in Cuba in the 20th century. It was also a shelter for these people who were facing persecution and oppression and the repression of their cultural values. And in these social clubs, there were so many. There was, for example, in Guantanamo, La Nueva Era, Atenas in Havana, Los Amalianos also in Jesus Maria, La Habana, for example, Santiago de Cuba, New Aponte. There are so many of them. And then in the area of Marianao, in a densely populated working class area of the capital of Havana, was Buena Vista. And then Buena Vista, that area, had a social club by the name of Buena Vista Social Club. And Buena Vista was close. Buena Vista meaning good sight, good view, was on a hill looking down on the shore, on the beautiful Cuban northern shoreline and coastline, and where also down there the rich people used to live in Miramar, Siboney, and Cubanacan. And from Buena Vista, the working class used to go down and work and come back. And the Buena Vista Social Club that taught so many how to dance Cuban music, how to learn the rhythms of the rhythm complex, the son rhythm complex, which is quite broad, including the son montuno, the guaguancó son, the guaracha, the guajira son, and the charanga and the cha-cha-cha lately. Arsenio Rodriguez pay homage to the Buena Vista Social Club in a strong guaguancó son, which we will be sharing with you also in this edition of your Radio Eugene Gottfried International and television. Arsenio Rodriguez Skull, born as Ignacio de Loyola Rodriguez Skull, born on August the 30th of 1911 and physically left this world on December 30, 1970 in the United States, where he died. Arsenio Rodriguez shall never be forgotten. It will always live forever and ever with us because he has determined what is the face of the Cuban international music, or the son music, up to this very day. Let's listen to Buena Vista in Guaguancó by Arsenio Rodriguez and sung by René Skull, his own cousin. Thank you. And I am Eugene Gottfried, yours in steadfast friendship. Bye.